One man's recent removal from the United States caught the attention of his own community and beyond.
These shots belong to a notable local photographer who shared them on a popular Facebook page. His name is Hazza Al-Omaisi. He's known by his nickname, Anwar. He had spent 22 years in the United States, living, working, and paying taxes, they said. The fact that he had never become a citizen wasn't an issue. The legalities are complicated. Al-Omaisi had first been told to leave the States in 2005, but the order was not enforced. Attorney Camille Mackler directs the nonprofit Immigrant Advocates Response Collective. She says enforcement has changed from president to president. But under Obama, ICE's priority was to deport persons who posed a threat to public safety or were more recent arrivals. Others were treated more leniently. In 2011, Al-Omaisi received what's called an order of supervision, meaning he would now check in regularly with an immigration officer. But regular check-ins weren't necessarily enough when President Trump took office. ICE's new mandate was to deport the undocumented, period. Last fall, Andy Starr accompanied his friend on a trip to the immigration office.
Every 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, he would have to go down to Federal Plaza, meet with his caseworker, and sign in. He went to sign in, and his caseworker told him to come back in 30 days. And he thought that was unusual. So he was thinking something's up.
In January, another friend of Al-Omaisi's, the mayor of Peekskill, Andre Rainey, received an unexpected phone call.
And he was just saying, hey, you know, Andre, I need your help, man. I'm in a correctional facility in New Jersey, and ICE picked me up. ICE picked you up for what? Like, what are they picking you up for? And then I got the call Tuesday, the next day, that Anwar was gone.
Al-Omaisi says despite telling ICE officials he feared for his safety if he was returned to Yemen, he was deported in late January, before he had a chance to see a lawyer, to a country in the midst of civil war.
Do you hope to return now to the United States?
Yes, it is like a dream. It's like going to heaven.
In the States, he had been active protesting human rights abuses in Yemen. He says that makes him a target now, and his life is in danger. His lawyer says he has rights under U.S. and international law.
Yes, the United States does have legal rights to deport those people who are unlawfully present within its borders. At the same time, the United States is a signatory to an international treaty. Our legal claim is that based on the changed country circumstances in Yemen, he is eligible under the law to seek protection in the form of political asylum, withholding of removal, and for relief under the Convention Against Torture.
We're in the middle of a pandemic, a national crisis. Why should we be paying attention to this story right now?
Because, first of all, international law is most important when we're in a crisis. This is something that I've learned as a national security professional. We put them in place so that we would have human rights guaranteed even during wartime, even during a pandemic. And yes, we're distracted by other things, but it doesn't mean that this isn't as important. In fact, I would argue it's more important.
We filed a motion to reopen with the Board of Immigration Appeals, and we're asking that he be provided a hearing. Secondly, we are also requesting ICE to parole Anwar back into the United States so that he be given the hearing that he had requested while he was being forced on an airplane and deported back to Yemen.
But cases like Al-Omaisi's are hard to reopen, says attorney Camille Mackler.
Once that removal order has been executed, once the individual is out of the United States, it is incredibly difficult to have them granted because often the government agencies will take the position that they no longer have jurisdiction over that individual. So on its face, it's a very, very, very difficult case to win.
How ironic. Take a picture of the bald eagle, the American symbol. It's just...
He was not a citizen of the United States, but he
Right.
resided here.
Paperwork may not say so, but we consider him a citizen. Paperwork doesn't always say everything.